Hi and welcome to class. Thanks for joining, Natasha. Today's class is gonna be on organ support or working with the quality of the torso. We use the understanding and the control and the work of psoas and Uddiyana Bandha, or rather Uddiyana Bandha in flow. So basically organ support is combining the work of psoas and Uddiyana Bandha. Now, to start out with the psoas, I brought in our skeleton, Mr. Bone, to illustrate the flow of, or the placement of the psoas. It attaches on the 6 lower vertebrae and the intervertebral discs of the spine, and it runs across the pubic bone and attaches on the inside of the femur, of the top inner femur. So as you see, it's a long bone, and as I said, it's the primary hip flexor. So when we activate it, the leg flexes, or if the legs are fixated, of course, it would forward, bring our spine forward. Now, on the other hand, if I stretch my leg back, I would lengthen the psoas. And here it gives some problems often, as when we lengthen, as when we pull in the psoas, it's going to bring parts of the spine in a compression, and it's going to bring it forward. That again will give maybe the possibility for a compression of the lower back. So if I may use a real person to show the use of the psoas. So let's face the front of the mat. If you just swing your leg forward and back, I can tell you that we're using the psoas and bring your leg to a stop, holding the leg up front. Well, you might feel a lot in your thigh muscles, but in fact you're using your psoas to create that hip flexion. Yes, you also use your thigh, your abdominals and other accessory muscles. The psoas is what we're dealing with. Here we're contracting, we're using the psoas. Now if you bring your leg back, great, keeping your body upright, you are lengthening, we're stretching the psoas, and you might feel that there is a tiny bit of a pull in your spine, creating a deeper curve or a tiny collapse of your lower back. Of course, that's going to increase when we go in deeper poses. So come back to neutral. So that's the placement of the psoas. Now, if you turn to the camera, I'd also introduce the Uddiyana Bandha in flow. By doing so, I would first ask you to practice the Uddiyana Bandha. The Uddiyana Bandha is the body, the navel lock. So let's inhale. Lift your arms out and up, and then exhale, lower your arms to your knee and forward fold. Bring all of the air out of your lungs, and while doing so, feel how the lower abdomen is drawn gently to your spine. Keep that breath retention, hold your breath out for as long as you possibly can. And when you inhale, allow the quality of the navel, of the lower abdomen, to stay close to your spine, so that your inhalation is lifting to your rib cage, and you're not allowing the breath to push into your intestines and your organs of the lower abdomen. So keeping that exhale, finding how you empty the lungs strongly, that the lower abdomen is drawn to your spine. Keep that quality. Inhale, come to a stand, and feel how that when you keep this quality, and then the inhalation will lift to your rib cage, pulling a length, giving space to your torso. You can relax. So now we need to combine this work with an understanding of how we can use the psoas and how we can combine the use of Uddiyana Bandha to bring quality to the torso. Before we start, I would also just give a few words on the importance of a healthy, of a strong and a long psoas. It's not just a skeletal muscle. It runs, as you can see over here, on a big part. In fact, half of our spine, you could say, of the torso at least. And because of that, it's not just a primary hip flexor. It's also one of the muscles that helps to hold our body posture. And a stronger and a more body awareness around our psoas will improve our body posture. Now, the strength and the health of that psoas will also impact all the neighbors inside of our torso, and we have in the level of our psoas all of our organs except maybe the brain, the skin, the heart and the lungs. Yes, we have a lot of our digestive and our reproductive organs and all of those are in a great benefit if the psoas holds the space safe. So it's like a strong trunk that gives a good dynamic, a strong heat, and upholds the quality so organs can depend on the safety that it brings to the quality. So it's of great importance. It's one of my absolute favorite concepts to bring to my practice, to bring to life. So yes, practicing here will bring it to life out in real life too. So let's practice a few rounds of sun salutations and I will move into the more Vinyasa based teachings. So let's step to the top of the mat here and just let's find our breath, our body. So close your eyes and check into your breath. And deepen your breath for a more dynamic quality of your breathing pattern and prepare for movement. And on your next inhalation, lift your arms out and up. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your body and your arms all the way to the sky, Urdhva. Exhale, arms by the sides of your body for Tadasana. Easy sun. Once again, inhale, lift your arms out and up, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, forward fold. Once again, lift your body and your arms out and up, and then exhale, arms by the sides of your body. Preparing for sun salutation 2, lifting your arms out and up, and then exhale, forward fold. Once again, lengthening your spine and exhale, full forward fold. Now step your left foot way back, ground your heel, lift your body and your arms for warrior 1. And let's stay here for a breath. Deepen, exhale, find stability, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your arms to the mat and step your right foot back for downward facing dog. Take a pause here, find your breath. Find your body and the stability and the freedom within. Now come forward for high plank and then exhale for chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, come forward, up dog, and then exhale for downward facing dog. Down dog, step your left foot forward, ground your back heel and lift your body and your arms for warrior 1. Exhale, lower your arms to the mat and step your back foot forward for full forward fold. And inhale, lift your body and your arms, Urdhva. Release your arms by the sides of your body. For the other side, lift your arms out and up. And exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your spine, inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Now let's step our right foot back, warrior 1, ground the back heel. Directly on the next exhalation, lower your arms, stepping for downward facing dog. Take a pause here and find your down dog. Come forward for high plank and then lower for chaturanga. Inhale for up dog and exhale for down dog. Now take your right foot forward, ground your left heel, lift your body, your arms, then exhale, lower your arms to the mat, step your back foot forward, full forward fold, and inhale, lift your body and your arms. Release your arms by the sides of your body. Great. Now we build some heat and we'll continue with the work of the organ support, working this torso with the use, understanding and use of the psoas and the Uddiyana Bandha. Now, let's play that out with a few movements. Now, on your next inhalation, lift your arms and sit back in Utkatasana. Let's play back and forth here. Now, stretch your legs, come back for Tadasana. So what we often do if we move into a pose, we simply shift the balance and allow gravity to help us to find the pose, which is fine in one way. But often we forget to use the understanding of the example here, psoas. So let's sit back with the use of the psoas. We already know that it's our primary hip flexor, and therefore I can use the psoas to sit back. When we are not aware of that, we use the quality of our thighs, and we often come to add some extra weight through to the joints, and therefore we are not in touch with the psoas. So next time, let's again on your inhalation sit back, but from the psoas. Know how that the primary hip flexor brings you back for that deep awkward chair. Inhale, sitting back for awkward chair, connecting to the psoas while you do so. Now stay in this pose just for another few breaths. Feel the quality of that deep muscle that runs from the inner thigh up along the hip bone and attaches on the spine. You will feel a few things here. First of all, you can now feel the heat, yes, in your thighs, but you can also feel that there is a connection to the psoas, to that deep muscle. What happens is that the lower abdomen is now in an active mode, and you're not lazy, so that there is not a push or a hanging or a squeezing of the lower organs, because you're working that strength of the muscle. Now, maintaining the pose, now we are adding on to the control of that, the Uddiyana Bandha. So next time you exhale, create a gentle forward fold. Feel how that the navel and the area of below the navel is drawn gently to the spine. Now keep that active inhale, keeping that space in, and allow the breath now to enter the chest cavity, and feel how you're lengthening the torso because of the use of the Uddiyana Bandha. But simultaneously, the psoas holds you well grounded and connected, and that's enough for now. Exhale, lower your arms all the way and come to standing Tadasana. Now you can shake your legs for relaxation. So this is kind of how we work. We get an understanding and uses the one part and combines the other part. Let's take another few poses here. Inhale, lift your arms out and up, and then exhale, forward fold. Now let's step our left foot way back for full warrior one. Lift your body and your arms, and beautiful, finding your breath, lowering in the front leg, finding that the psoas is catching that depth that we are in here. Yes, active psoas. We know that on the back leg, because we worked before, that psoas is now being lengthened and pulls a tiny bit in the lower back that has a chance of bringing a collapse to the lower back. So let's find the quality of the psoas of the front leg, of the back leg. We know it might be pulling. By bringing a body awareness, we will start to use accessory muscles to avoid that. We're in contact with that. Let's now find something like Uddiyana Bandha by exhaling tiny bit, doming, finding how the navel is drawn to the spine, maintaining that quality. Now inhale, lift the breath to the thoracic cavity, and that will elongate you. Now again, fully grounded. You have another quality. There are now length. We created length and space because of the understanding and the combination of the Uddiyana Bandha. Allowing this to work, then open up for warrior two. Keep working. Every time I exhale, I find the connection from the exhalation that starts the Uddiyana Bandha. But the exhalation, the starting point, also connects us with the psoas. So whenever I exhale, I find the psoas. Whenever I inhale, I keep activity around the psoas, and I lift the torso. So you could say that exhalations prepare and finds the base, and inhalations execute the quality. From here, exhale both arms to the mat for down dog. Now when you step your back foot back for down dog, you also now, we know that the primary hip flexor has an active role here. So you don't necessarily need just to push your arms off, push through your heels. You can actually find the quality of the psoas here. So look for that. And as you look for that now, especially on your exhalation, you feel how the area of the lower abdomen is drawn to your spine. That's where the psoas connected. You find the psoas super easy, and with that, maintaining that quality and lifting length through your torso, by maintaining that space, activating something like Uddiyana Bandha, breathing into your rib cage, expanding the lungs to the sides of the body, to the backs of the lung, to the front, and not just unconsciously bringing the breath down, pushing into the organs for that organ collapse that we're preventing with the work. Now let's come forward for a high plank, and then lower for 8-point pose. And let's just stay in 8-point pose for now. Knees, chest and chin. You lift through your body here, knees, chest and chin. Great. In a pose that is not a direct back bend and not a direct forward fold, here we have a bit of a forward fold in the hip, a bit of a back bend in our lower back, again forward fold and back bend. You can still work the quality. What is great about this work that it's not just for certain type of poses. So let's see in a combined forward fold back bend here how we can use it. So next time you exhale, connect to the breathing that again brings you to the finding of the psoas that holds that back bend. Now inhale, allowing you almost to pull your rib cage higher. Now from here, inhale, moving through for Bhujangasana, coming forward and up for Cobra. Great, let's stay in Cobra for now. In Cobra, often we tend to focus a lot on the lifting of the chest, of the rotation of the shoulders and the primary quality from what we look at. But here, now again, even in back bend, connect to the inner doming forward fold, finding on an exhalation how the navel is drawn gently to the spine. Now with that, feel how that you are drawing the organs back and up and lengthen, gives the possibility of a lengthening. So connect to the psoas, because if not, that's going to allow a pull from the muscular system back to the spine. It's going to collapse, and that's going to increase the pressure from the spine to the organs. But now we connected to that. We're not allowing, because we will bring an awareness to it so that accessory muscles will avoid that. Now with the inhalation, navel drawn towards spine, you now lengthen the spine and pull a beautiful spacious quality to the entirety of the torso. Exhale for down dog. Beautiful. Finding your down dog, taking a few breaths here, then return to the work. Meeting the psoas, meeting, I could say, the meeting point of the psoas and the Uddiyana Bandha, which would be the preparational stage, the exhalation. Navel draws gently toward the spine because of the exhalation, not a muscular activity. The exhalation, that also brings you to the awareness that you need to use the psoas for the forward bend. Lengthening, connecting, beautiful space created. Soften your knees, look to the top of the mat and walk or jump for a long spine, and then exhale, forward fold, and again inhale, lift your arms and your body to a stand, arms overhead, release your arms by the sides of your body. Beautiful. Okay, let's practice another sequence here. Inhale, lift your arms out and up, and then exhale, forward fold. Take our left foot way back, ground the heel for warrior one. Open your arms, exhale directly for warrior two. Stretch, lengthen through your front leg, preparing Trikonasana, so stretch your front leg. Reach your armpit ahead, and then lower that arm to the inside of your front leg and spin your body open. Now we are neither in a forward fold or a back bend, but we are semi-forward fold, or at least in the one hip. So yes, that psoas is still being used. There is hardly any poses where we cannot use this. Of course, every pose except the deep relaxation. So here, bring an awareness to what the muscle is used for. Always. We need to understand to fully use that right side psoas is slightly contracted. It holds the pose. This left side psoas is slightly lengthened. It pulls a tiny bit, but here we're not in danger of it pulling too much. So you have the full potential of finding the quality to help support the spine, which is great in this case because we are in a Trikonasana, a gentle spinal twist. If you bring the quality of the psoas, you now start to build a sound, a healthy relationship between the rotation of the spine, finding the psoas that again holds and invites well-protected organs to be part of the opening. Now with that, finding the full length of the torso by being so well connected with the psoas, you find on an exhalation the quality of the lift from the lower abdomen, maintaining that and connecting with the psoas. Inhale to the upper thoracic part, lengthen, finding the extension of the torso in its fullest here. Then exhale, lower your arm, and you step with your right foot back for downward facing dog. I know that was a long time to hold the Trikonasana. You did great. Come forward with the opposite leg, left foot forward, full warrior one. Inhale, using your psoas to deepen, holding the control, lengthening, knowing that it might be pulling if you're not aware. Now you're aware. Now you feel that it might be pulling because it's fully stretched here. Great. Open up. Warrior two. Exhale, finding the quality, lengthening your torso. Now stretch your front leg and reach your left armpit ahead and lower that to the inside of your front shin and spin your body open. Let's come a tiny bit out of the spin. Now connect to the psoas on your left side, the working, the contracting psoas. Connect to the lengthening. Find how the combination will now support the spin. Now open. From the psoas, you can still help the support of the lower torso to maintain a strong quality of a hold of the organs. Now spin the body open. Exhale, create maybe an inner dome to find how the lower area can withdraw gently toward the spine. Then lengthen the torso with the Uddiyana Bandha lift without letting go of the understanding and the control of the psoas, so you will find the full length of the beautiful torso. Great. Exhale from here to the mat. Both arms step back for downward facing dog. Lower your knees and then sit back in child's pose. Soften your spine, release. Now, in child's pose, I'm even going to ask you to work in child's pose. Often in poses where we deeply relax, like child's pose, I would suggest that before going in for the deep, full relaxation, connect to the area of the concept that we're working with. So here, find that if you do not pay attention, if you don't have an awareness around your psoas, the area is not as lifted in quality. If you do not work around your Uddiyana Bandha, the entirety, the length and the space of the torso is not fully expressed. So when lying back, connect to the psoas, meet it energetically. Now find the organ support, psoas being lifted, with being supported by the help of the lifting of the Uddiyana Bandha. Now the torso have another quality. Now you can let go and rest in a more optimal body position. Great. Let's just take another few breaths here and then push through and come to seated on your knees for Virasana, hero pose. Now on your next inhalation, come to stand on your knees, lift your arms overhead. Exhale, lower your arms, your fist to the area of your kidneys. Let's open our chest and create a tiny bit of a back bend. Let's not go deep here. We're not finding the full Ustrasana yet. We're simply in a modified version. So let's just find out how we again can connect to the psoas. This is a deep back bend, and often to find the heels with the arms for the classic Ustrasana, you would need to create a deep back bend, and that would again stretch the psoas to its max. And when we stretch the psoas to its max, it would, remember we spoke about that, it would pull the spine into a collapsing, and because of that, again, the spine would push from behind into the organs and create a bit of a squeeze of the organs, and we would be lazy around that quality. So here, it's a great pose to feel the potential, the quality of this work. So before we dive in, let's find the connection. Come a tiny bit out. Feel the psoas. Now that we've been working, it's easier. Connect to that psoas, and when you lean back or when you dive back here, do not allow the psoas to pull in your spine. So connect to your psoas, lean a tiny bit back. Now create an inner dome on your exhalation to find the area, the lower abdomen, and allow that to withdraw gently to the spine. Now that awakes the possibility of feeling the psoas even stronger, keeping that in. Inhale, lifting. Beautiful. Now find hands meeting heels and avoid letting the psoas draw. Do not forget the possibility of using the combination and the Uddiyana Bandha to lift a length so that we are not throwing ourselves back, maintaining that full length throughout our body, not squeezing the organs. Beautiful. Here you got it, yes. Inhale, somehow come out of this pose, and exhale for child's pose once again. Great. Now curl your toes under, and then walk or jump for a cross-legged. Sit back, stretch your legs, walk your sit bones back, and find Tadasana, palms placed on the mat. Lengthening your torso. Beautiful. Exhale, finding both psoas. Yes, we are sitting. We don't need to use it. So it's a great chance to actually find it here. We can sit upholding our body, but now connect to the psoas and feel how the body posture is suddenly supported by this understanding. And I hope that we lifted our body awareness already by now. You can have an idea what we're working with. I must mention that it can be hard to feel it. Just trust that we're actually using it. Feeling the psoas already grounds your seat here. Now create an inner dome, forward fold. Connect. Lift the Uddiyana Bandha. Don't let go of the psoas. Organ support is now lifting along beautiful torso, creating the best possible space for our organs, our hearts, our lungs, vital organs. Inhale, lift your arms out and up. And now opposite, forward fold. Exhale, navel towards spine because of the exhalation, forward fold. We worked on the back bend situations. Now let's use the psoas. Let's use the Uddiyana Bandha, the organ support for forward folding. So let's come out and try what happens if we forward fold without doing so. So let's come to a seated. Lift your arms, inhale, out and up. Try to be a bit lazy around your psoas, forward fold. You will find that you will roll your vertebrae by vertebrae, and you will allow your belly to relax. The lower organs will be pushed toward each other. They will not be lifted with the same quality. So let's once again come back and up. Connect to your psoas. Let's wait with the arms. Connect to your psoas, placing your hands in Tadasana here, in Dandasana. Connect to your psoas. Find your psoas. Trust that it is the one that holds your body posture in this forward fold of the hip. Exhale, breathe. Find the Uddiyana Bandha, or something like Uddiyana Bandha, meeting the lift of the torso. Then from that, extend your arms overhead. Maintaining that, exhale. As you exhale, feel how the navel is drawn gently toward your spine, and exhale fully. Inhale, keeping that quality of the lower abdomen, lengthen through your torso. Now feel the quality, hold that, and feel how you're not compressing, you're not squeezing our organs. On the other hand, the psoas supports the lower spine, that again holds the organs, that again supports the meeting of the psoas and lift a length through and into the entirety of the torso. Beautiful. It's a huge difference. This is great work to maintain in both forward folds and back bends. We use it often in back bends, but forward folds creates this new feeling. Come back and up. Dandasana, lean 30 degrees back and lift both your feet and your arms 30 degrees forward and up for Navasana. Now grab with your hands below your Achilles. Now find the torso, find the length, find the space. Now connect to your psoas. Yes, you will use a lot of thighs, you will use a lot of abdominals, but below that, when you open your arms, again, you will feel a deep-rooted muscle, the psoas being active. So you can let go and then bind again. Great, that's your psoas. So bind your Achilles, your hamstrings. Now connect, dome, exhale, find the navel drawing gently to the spine. Inhale. Feeling the torso, opening the chest, the lengthening, now letting go. Psoas definitely active, Uddiyana Bandha definitely active, a new peaceful warrior quality like upper body, torso is met. Beautiful, release fully and place your arms below your shoulders for revolved plank. Pushing through your arms, opening up, stretching through your feet, lifting. Now we are challenged here because you feel like you want to work the abdominals and yet you're having a tiny bit of a back bend. So even in this strong pose, see if you can connect to the psoas. It's not being stretched. It's not asked to be in any power because there is no hip flexion going on, but you can still find it. Now not for the flexion of the hip, but for the support of the organ. And see already now, we are not pushing to our lower abdominal. Now connect to the breath and lift your torso. It's going to bring a smile to our inner body because it's so much more protective and giving than just squeezing and using the muscular mechanism. Connecting to that, and then lie back, all the way back. You can draw your knees to your chest and rock with your arms across gently from side to side. And now let go. Just relax. Come with your feet toward the mat and lie flat back. And open your palms just a tiny bit. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. And before we rest in Sivasana, let's just meet the quality of the work we've done. So next time you exhale, feel how that exhalation in itself brings you closer to the psoas. Feel the length of the psoas. Next exhalation, once again, coming close. Now maintaining that quality connecting with the psoas, allow the inhalation to lift to your chest, your rib cage, feeling the chest, not allowing the breath to push through the diaphragm into the belly, into the organs. Lengthening the torso, and if you feel for it, if you need to, shrugging your shoulders a bit for more open space, you can do so because it simply lifts a length. Now finding that full length, let go and lie back with the qualities of, you could say, the passive organ support active. Before letting go fully, just being aware of what we work with. So the natural intelligence of the body will rest with the new knowledge. We lifted the quality for the entire torso and the pranic environment within. You can lie back for as long as you feel like. Close your eyes. Enjoy a deep Savasana.